In this video, I'm giving each NBA team their greatest point guard in franchise history. For a team like the LA Lakers, I mean, it was a no-brainer. Magic Johnson, arguably the GOAT point guard league-wide. However, I will point out that Luka Doncic, I have made a shooting guard. He's originally a point guard on this roster. I did this for most teams, helped adjust their rotation, just because we don't need Luka or Magic coming off the bench, for example. The 76ers, the first of two pretty controversial choices, in my opinion, because to me, Allen Iverson is a shooting guard, but on the all-time rosters, 2K lists him as a point guard, so I figured why not let it fly. For the Bucks, it was simple. Oscar Robertson won a title with Kareem in the 1970s. Derrick Rose, 2011 MVP for the Bulls, we know that. The Cavs was actually tight between Mark Price and Kyrie Irving, but according to a Reddit thread I was looking at, Cavs fans consider it to be Mark Price, so I went with that. Bob Cousy, a real OG for the Celtics. Chris Paul, his first of two appearances, well, three if you count his old version on the Spurs, but the best point guard in Clippers history. The Grizzlies, the first of a few teams who arguably have their best point guard ever playing right now in Ja Morant. For those cases, I also gave them the next best option, all-time Mike Conley. Same goes for the Atlanta Hawks, who have Trae Young. I gave them Doc Rivers, who was their next best option. Not great. For the Miami Heat, it was Tim Hardaway. For the Charlotte Hornets, obviously Kemba Walker. Let's see some step backs, brother. For the Utah Jazz, another easy one, John Stockton. For the Sacramento Kings, Oscar Robertson. And yeah, they're gonna dominate this video. Big O is the GOAT in 2K. It's that simple. For the Knicks, I went all the way back to the 1970s NBA champ Walt Frazier. For the Magic, it's Penny Hardaway. I'm excited to see him in the modern era. Mavericks fans, you might get mad at me because yes, I'm bringing Luka back to your team, but he's 20 years old, 94 overall. This is the version that 2K includes on their all-time roster. I was keeping this video consistent, so I'm using this version. Jason Kidd, 95 overall in his prime for the Nets. Fat Lever, an OG from the Nuggets. I mean, he's pretty good in 2K. The Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton joined in the backcourt by Freddie Lewis. There's another prime Chris Paul version, 97 overall for the Pelicans. Two-time NBA champ Isaiah Thomas for the Pistons, easy. Kyle Lowry, arguably the greatest Raptor period, joins Toronto. Our second super controversial choice, along with Allen Iverson, James Harden, clearly a shooting guard, but he did get listed at point guard a couple times during his prime. He once led the league in assists, so I figured why not have more legends in this video. Tony Parker, no controversy there for the Spurs. Steve Nash, my GOAT for the Suns. Russell Westbrook for the Thunder. My word, he's gonna fit perfectly on that team. Also a perfect fit, Sam Cassell. They needed a point guard even though he's only an 89 overall. Dame Lillard put back in his prime and back on the Trailblazers. For Golden State, obviously Steph, their best point guard in franchise history. I also gave them Baron Davis, their second best. He's going to be running the two. And then I decided, why don't I put Steph Curry in his prime? It made sense to me. And finally for the Wizards, I chose John Wall over Gilbert Arenas. Maybe that's a bad call, but I want to see John Wall in the modern era. Let me know if I made any glaring mistakes. I think I got it pretty good. I mean, including Iverson and Harden, that's obviously a bit controversial, but again, why not have more great players? Dude, the Hornets with Kemba Walker kind of suck in this simulation. And I'm going on record once again right now, Oscar Robertson and the Sacramento Kings, my pick to win a championship. Oscar's probably going to win the MVP. That's my prediction. He's so good in this game. Also shout out to the 1,105 people who have subscribed to my channel at the time I'm recording this. If you want to be legendary and help that number grow, you know what to do. Oh my goodness. I mean, I know ball, or at least I know 2K. Oscar Robertson, 27.5, 11 and 11. I mean, Oscar's a 98 overall, fair enough, but when I include Michael Jordan in videos, he does not do this. That's just wild. I guess Oscar is also a perfect fit in the Kings roster. That's why I figured that they'd probably win the title here. Wemby, Amen Thompson, Shea winning clutch player of the year next to Russ. Okay. First team All-NBA, of course, it's Oscar, Nikola, Wemby, and both versions of Luka Doncic. So Mavs fans can't be mad at me for using the lesser version on their team. All-NBA second, there's Allen Iverson, Penny Hardaway, yes, and James Harden. Okay, both my controversial choices. All five members of the All-NBA second team are legendary point guards. And on third team, we see Giannis, we see prime Steph Curry, there he is, Bob Cousy slipping in, and Anthony Edwards. Okay. Oh no, oh, the East. Oh, okay, the East was so much weaker. I haven't even looked at the West, but 51 wins for Walt Frazier and the Knicks gets them the 1 seed, just ahead of the Celtics and the Cavs. Not much changing there, but then it gets crazy. D Rose and the Bulls, Jason Kidd and the Nets, Trae Young, Doc Rivers and the Hawks, Kyle Lowry and the Raptors, AI and the 76ers, Kemba and the Hornets did pick it up to make the play-in with Oscar Robertson and the Bucks at 34 wins. That is really bad. John Wall couldn't get it done. Isaiah Thomas couldn't. Tim Hardaway. Penny missed the playoffs. At least he was all NBA. And the Pacers. Yeah, Freddie Lewis, not the best legend. All the wins though, yep, are in the Western Conference. As I predicted, Oscar Robertson in his prime, just a perfect fit with with the Kings, 64 wins. Young Luka back on the Mavs, killed it. Older Luka with Magic and the Lakers were good. Fat lever on the Nuggets. The Spurs, the Thunder with Russ winning 50. I mean, look at how much better the West is. The Timberwolves, Steve Nash and the Suns, prime Steph, and then Chris Paul on the Clippers make the play. Missing out completely, Dame and the Blazers, the Jazz, the Grizzlies with Mike Conley, prime CP3 and the Pels missed. So did James Harden. Okay. Some interesting storylines for sure. Did any legend point guards get traded? I see Drew Holiday got traded to the Bulls. That's interesting. They made the playoffs. They traded away Vucevic. No legends getting moved. That's too... Wait a minute. Oh no, that's very old Chris Paul. Fair enough. Wow, I gave Anthony Edwards a really good point guard in Sam Cassell, and he drops 30 a game to lead the league. There's prime Steph. I love it. He doesn't always simulate well, but he does here. There's young Luka, Oscar with just unbelievable numbers. But I don't know what to say about Oscar Robertson, Trae Young, D Book, and prime James Harden in the top 10. We should have had some point guard seasons. Yeah, Big O, of course. Steve Nash, my guy. John Stockton putting up realistic numbers. Magic looking good. Chris Paul missed the playoffs somehow. Luka, Penny, Bob Cousy, Jason Kidd, and that's current day Luka, just under 10 assists per game. I'm interested. The Thunder were pretty good, but Russ would 24. Okay, so he put up pretty good numbers. 24, 9, and 9. When Russ, prime Russ, all-time version is on his own team, he's usually way up there with Oscar Robertson type numbers, but that makes sense. And just one more time, I have to explain that Oscar is very good. He's up to a 99 with morale boost. This was the perfect fit because the Kings' best point guard on their roster was Malik Monk. I made him a shooting guard too, so they have the perfect balance. They've got all these 80 plus overalls, and then Oscar just, why does he simulate so well? Again, in comparison to like all-time Michael Jordan when he's in these videos, it's just so different. I'm wondering what's his 3-point tendency, this version anyways. He's at a 30 in this video. That's not very high, right? Like, yeah, compared to all-time Russell Westbrook, for example, his is at an 80. That's crazy. So I really don't know what it is about Oscar, but we'll see if he can finish the job with the Kings in the playoffs. The final play-in game in the West, we've got Chris Paul against Steve Nash and the Suns. Dude, I'd want to see both these teams in the playoffs. I think the Suns should take it though. Steve should be the perfect addition next to D-Book and Durant. What a play-in game it is though. 2-point game under 2 minutes left. Suns with possession. They are trailing at home. D-Book, Durant, and Nash are all out there. Good job with the rotations, coaches. Okay. Phoenix actually waiting to make a couple subs. Kawhi is out there. Chris Paul, James Harden. Okay, we've got two pretty good closing lineups out here. Really small lineup for the Clippers. Actually, for both teams, come to think of it, Kawhi into the paint, kicks out Chris Paul. Steve Nash, not a sturdy defender. He goes under a screen. Chris Paul pulls up and puts it in. Big time shot. That is a wow. I mean, I said big time. That's a huge shot. They go up 3, but James Harden not playing any D. I love seeing offense when I jump into these games in the clutch, but what team will be able to get a stop? Kawhi going to work on the rookie. Done. He put, wow. Offensive clinic from both teams. Looks like Norm Powell waiting to check in for the Clippers. I don't know if we'll get a whistle here. Both teams do have timeouts left. D-Book isoing Harden again into the hop step, into the finish, but Harden gets the stop in the board. Wow, now a chance for a dagger for the Chris Paul-led LA Clippers. It's going to be Kawhi, though, into the paint again, gets blocked by the rookie. There's some defense, man. Steve Nash back in transition. This is his game. Steve going right at Chris Paul. Inside, D-Book getting fouled. That foul actually worked out for both teams because they're both able to make subs that they probably wanted in a minute or two ago. I'm not going to get offended. I'm not going to get annoyed by that right now. That was almost a turnover by Chris Paul. There is a 10-second differential. Kawhi, what are you doing, Kawhi? Dude, this game is insane. Kawhi puts up a 3. That was so foolish. If the Suns get a bucket now, Booker on the floater. That was a gorgeous animation. Are you kidding me? I don't know if I've ever seen that. That was great. I mean, the timing to pull off that floater because Harden didn't get a contest up, that was a perfect 2K shot. I can't lie. D-Book just dominating in the clutch. Kawhi trying to get back. Going inside on Nick Richards, gets both hands up, big stop. Richards would hit both intentional free throws. It's not over for the Clippers now. This is a really good finish in the clutch. Oh my goodness, Norm Powell is pulling. Norm Powell and Kawhi with some interesting shot selections down the stretch though. And despite 35 and 11, what a game from Chris Paul. Yeah, the Suns able to hold on defense down the stretch. D-Book a few big shots. Steve Nash 15 and 11. Not the best game, but not the worst either. I don't always show the play-in games, but for some reason I'm finding them fascinating here today. The last play-in in the East, it's older Oscar Robertson and the Bucks taking on Allen Iverson and the Sixers. Come on, give Philly fans something to be happy about this season, Allen. And this one is a close game, but not a clutch finish. We're going to jump into 8 points. The Sixers 5 points. Okay, it got a little bit close, but they do hold on. Iverson with 30 points, 8 assists, efficient shooting. That's a great game. They're in the playoffs. Congratulations, Philly fans. Now we move to the actual playoffs. Look at Chicago against Brooklyn. That is a really wild playoff matchup based on how each team's season has gone this year. The Lakers and Thunder is going to be a battle. I mean, we've got a bunch of great series here. I think I want to keep my eye on this Lakers series specifically. They're up 1-0. They're up 2-0. Okay, never mind. I thought that was going to be a great series. Looks like the Cavs beat the Hawks in a sweep. Fair enough. We've got a couple other series on the verge of sweeps. Yes, the Nuggets beat the Spurs. The Lakers do hold on to beat the Thunder. I mean, that big three, Magic, Luka, LeBron, even in his old age, is so deadly. Russ with massive numbers. He took so many shots. Shea was not efficient in game 5. Yeah, I guess fair enough. They lose. Over in the East, oh boy, Allen Iverson went out sad after winning in the play and having a great game. Game 4, they got swept. It doesn't matter. 9 points on 4 of 14 shooting. Brunson, Towns, Walt Frazier, only 2 points. But I mean, he's running the point guard for them. I guess it's working. I usually stop for game 7s here. We might not get any. I just noticed the Mavericks are on the brink and the T-Wolves close them out. The Suns are on the brink as well and the Kings close them out. So no good series in the West, unfortunately. Over in the East, what? The Raptors? Are the Raptors going to be able to push? Nah, the Celtics should probably close this out, right? They do, unfortunately for Kyle Lowry fans, but like that kind of makes sense. Over in the East though, I pointed the series out before because the Brooklyn Nets and Chicago Bulls, not the greatest teams, but you add MVP Derrick Rose and really good Jason Kidd. He was a great point guard and you got a series going the distance. I'll be honest, I'm doubtful either of these teams is going to make it out of the second round. I don't think it's going to happen, but we get a clutch finish here to game 7. It's a 3-point game. D'Lo going to the rim. Who cares about Jason Kidd? You've got D'Angelo Russell. And D'Lo went ahead and missed a free throw. That is crazy. He makes the second. I want to see Derrick Rose versus Jason Kidd. The thing about Kidd, he was a really good defender. Always all defensive teams in his prime, so he should be able to clamp D Rose, who walks back into a mid-range jumper. Never mind. That was way too easy. Oh my word. Looks like D Rose is having a horrible game though. 13 points on 38% shooting. If he comes through in the clutch though, it's all good. Cam Thomas going to work. They are not letting Jason Kidd get a touch here, these Brooklyn Nets. Cam Thomas, though, throws it up and in. Fair enough. Maybe Jason Kidd's just out there playing defense, grabbing rebounds. He was kind of like an original Russell Westbrook type, always getting triple doubles. He's guarding up on D Rose again. Derek takes the screen. Zach Collins rolling to the rim. Rose doesn't hit him. Into the paint. Step back. Gets shut off. Back outside to the rookie in his 2K generics. You hate to see it. He pulls up for a midi and he misses. Maybe if he had on signature shoes. Jason Kidd now setting things up. Over to Cam. Uh-oh, you're not getting this ball back, Jason Kidd. Nah, Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is getting buckets, though. I can't even lie. It is now a tie game. You need a bucket. MVP Derrick Rose. What you got? Driving into traffic. Horrible court spacing once again. Rose kicks out Kobe White. Killed the LA Lakers a few nights ago. Can't miss a shot ever when he plays them. Pulls up. Looking like Michael Jordan, a guard out of UNC playing for the Bulls. Except Kobe White hit a 3-pointer, which, like, you know, Michael Jordan wasn't. Anyways, Jason Kidd is not involved for the Brooklyn Nets at all. This is very tragic. Does Cam Thomas have another bucket in him? He does not. Missing with the left hand. I mean, Derrick Rose was running the offense for the Bulls. I mean, I don't know. I guess some of these teams, maybe their playbooks are not running for the point guard. I don't know what to say. Jason Kidd finally gets a touch. He kicks it over to Williams. I don't know which Williams. Zaire? What Williams is on the net? It doesn't matter. He missed. But yeah, the Brooklyn Nets come up short. Jason Kidd just 12 points, 8 assists. I don't know, jumping in, seeing him not getting any touches, that's weird. But like I mentioned, Derrick Rose was getting some action. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, they traded for Jrue Holiday. I guess it worked out for them as they are off to the second round. Tough matchup incoming against the Knicks though. Yeah, it looks like we're having some favorites winning in the playoffs, which you don't love to see. Nobody putting up like ungodly numbers. Wow, actually Luka, 30 points, 12 assists, but in a loss, so we don't really register it. I think Oscar Robertson was averaging a monster triple-double. I just ignored that. Are we getting Kings-Lakers in round 2? Okay, the Lakers are into a 1-1 series. The Kings... Dude, the Kings are just going to run away with this video. What in the world is going on? Oh my gosh. This is a 3-0 series. This is a 3-0 and not for the Knicks. Why, Derrick Rose. What are you doing? I don't want to jinx it. Now that I've called it out, looks like the Celtics are going to win. Okay, the Knicks get a game. The Bulls. Oh no, the Bulls. Okay, we've got 3-3-2 series. The Celtics have advanced. Can the Bulls close it out? Or are they? Oh, they're choking. They're choking up 3-0. The Kings advance past the Nuggets. The Lakers are into game 7 as well. Very quickly, what happened here? Game 1, the Bulls won by 8. Derrick Rose, 7 of 22. That's not good. Then he... What? Then he scored 14 points as they won game 3. Then he scored... Derrick Rose is not putting up very big numbers. He did in game 4, which they lost. He did in game 5, which they lost. Okay, I think the key is... Okay, no, he had 8 points in game 6. Derrick Rose is kind of all over the place. We'll take a look at that game 7 in a bit, but first we have to get to the Lakers with Magic Johnson against the Timberwolves with Sam Cassell, who I mentioned is a good fit for their roster, but not the greatest legend by any stretch. Oh, but look at this. Cassell and the Timberwolves are up 1 with a minute and a half left. Oh, that was almost a steal. Instead, it leaves Luka wide open. The gamble on the inbounds does not pay off. I think that was Anthony Edwards trying to jump the steal. I've noticed the CPU doing that a lot recently in videos I'm recording. Sometimes it works, but not there. Luka with a big time 3. He killed the Timberwolves in real life last year. Luka defending, fouling. Ant making up for his defensive blunder, getting both free throws, ties the game. The Lakers just subbed in Jared Vanderbilt for Austin Reeves, which is just like really on offense. That's just quite the choice. LeBron into the paint. He gets a step. He misses a layup. He gets the board. He misses a layup. No, he does not. And one. Braun shrugging him off. Wow, I was trying to call it there. I figured for sure he was going to miss the putback. That is a big time play from LeGoat. Yeah, let's go. LeBron puts him up 3 points. This is major. I don't know. Either of these teams could compete with the Kings. I also wouldn't be shocked if either of them got swept. But it looks like, wow, never mind. I was going to say it's going to be the Lakers, but Ant, another big bucket. Luka Doncic cannot guard him. All right, who's going to win this battle for who gets to get swept by the Kings in the next round? LeBron going at McDaniels once again. He's into the post. He kicks out. Vanderbilt for 3. Why is he on the floor? JJ Redick, disaster class, man. Julius Randle, you better give this rock up to Ant. Why would anybody else be touching the ball right now? Anthony Edwards continuing to run that crisp move. Whoever offense on Luka, he gets matched up to on Magic, who's good enough to defend him and forces the miss. Magic makes both, and the Timberwolves are out of timeouts. I think they got to go for a 3 here. And Julius Randle's wide open, and he missed. Wow. Dude, Jared Vanderbilt did not play defense on him at all there. What was he doing? Magic goes ahead and makes both, and that's game over. Julius Randle, I mean, not the greatest 3-point shooter, but he was wide open. He probably should have made that. I don't know what Vandy was doing, but the Lakers survive in game 7. Wow, 43 points for Luka Doncic on 16 of 21 shooting, 36 from LeBron. Man, they need that in real life with Austin Reeves. It doesn't help having, or it doesn't hurt having Magic Johnson there with a triple-double of his own. We're going to have Kings-Lakers. That should be a good series as long as Sacramento doesn't run away with it. But this game 7 is so important because the Bulls are the only underdog team left in the playoffs. The other 3 teams still, the Celtics, Lakers, Kings, those are predictable teams. I need something unpredictable in this video. Oh my gosh, I might just get it. The Bulls are up double digits in the 4th. Wait, no, did I jinx them? They're gonna hold on. They're gonna hold on. I don't even jump in. Derrick Rose, 28 points, 10 assists. It was an up and down series for him. The Bulls nearly choked a 3-0 series lead, but they don't, and they're off to the Final 4. What? That's just okay. It kind of doesn't make sense to me because D-Rose averaging 23 points, 6 assists on below 50% shooting. I mean, those are really pedestrian numbers based on what I see in 2K, but I mean, let's just say he's doing everything. He's carrying the Bulls. Why not? On paper, though, obviously not a great matchup. Bob Cousy, I mean, he's a perfect fit with the current day Celtics. Feels crazy to say. And the Bulls, yeah, they traded away Vucevic. They've got Drew Holiday. I don't know how to feel about that move. Oh, that means obviously the Celtics have Vucevic. I was just putting that together. That's a pretty good 6-man. The Celtics, they are so freaking loaded, man. Over in the West, as much as Magic is the GOAT, Luka and LeBron, I mean, I wax poetically about this Sacramento team already. They're just the perfect squad. Oscar Robertson is the GOAT. I wouldn't be shocked if this was a sweep, but hopefully it's a good series. The Kings take game 1, and so do the Bulls. Dude, if the Bulls beat the Celtics, okay, we're both 1-1. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. The Kings and Bulls take game 2, and now it's 2-2 in both series. This is working out great. We love it for the content. Who gets the pivotal game 5 in both series? It's the Kings and the Celtics. No, like I said, I want to see Derrick Rose and the Bulls continue to shock the world, so I'm a bit disappointed. No, Boston, don't blow them out. Let's see a game 7 at least. And I don't get my wish. The Celtics do indeed pull away with a big 4th quarter performance. Derrick Rose, 7 points. I mean, he had 16 shot attempts. It's not like he's not shooting. Tatum, Cousy, a triple-double. That's greatness. It was a good run for Derrick and the Bulls, but they are eliminated. Now, please, let me see. I mean, I shouldn't be rooting against the Kings. They've been terrorized by the Lakers in the past. We all know the story. But I kind of want to to see Braun and Luka and Magic in the finals. Is Oscar going to stop that right here in game 6? We're also on the verge of a Lakers-Celtics finals, which, you know, is always legendary, but I did predict the Kings to win this video. So, you know what? Either way, I'm leaving here with something. Oscar Robertson driving at Magic, getting hammered by Jackson Hayes. What in the world? Oscar steps up to the line and he hits a pair. No, the Lakers once again subbing Vandy, which, I mean, oh, it's because, yeah, anyways, I'm sure it's because of their rotation set automatically. I just wish coaches had better AI. Wow, Luka's wide open. He was buck naked. All right, let me chill. We don't need to worry about the rotation right now if Luka's going to be left wide open. Can the Lakers get a stop, though? Oscar Robertson is always so good when I jump into these games, too. He really is the GOAT of these simulation videos. He's going to blow right past like, look at that. That was so easy. Magic Johnson in this game, 99 overall. He's no slouch defensively either. So to get blown past like that, looks like the Lakers are going to go into LeBron in the post. No, Magic with a dime to Jackson Hayes, who misses. Kick that out, Jackson. You're not going to make it, Jackson. You're not going to make... Okay, he does. Wow. Wow, that was lucky. Magic, you made a great pass on that possession. You didn't get the assist. Doesn't matter. You need the stop right now. Oscar driving again, this time getting blocked. I don't know if it was Hayes or Magic, but they do get the stop. LeBron back in transition. Head of steam. Bullying past everybody. Murray on defense. Can't hold Braun. That's a big-time bucket. The Lakers fighting for their life after winning Game 7 in round 2. They're trying to force a Game 7 now. Oscar, he's not letting anyone else... Oh, yeah, he is. There he goes. Kicks it out. Malik Monk. Signature gather. That was gorgeous, but he misses, and they're going to get the ball to LeBron. He makes the second. The Kings use their final timeout. LeGoat had that dime to Luka, then he had a bucket, then 2 free throws. I mean, I'm just saying, a clutch masterclass trying to hold on in this series. Malik Monk is wide open. What are you doing, Luka? A late contest gets it done. Wow, they're so lucky. The Lakers are so blessed. They get very lucky. Another huge game from Luka. AR-15, 24 off the bench. LeBron, a couple big buckets in the clutch, and Magic did his thing. Oh my gosh. What is... Oscar had 47, 12, and 14. 4 of 6 from 3. I don't even know what to... I literally don't know what to say. Oscar's just in the perfect situation, but he always puts up huge numbers. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking about it for a few seconds at least here as the Lakers get out to a lead in Game 7. But that lead was unfortunately short-lived. Luka just hit a bomb. Okay, this game technically might not be... Nah, they're not even fouling. It's a 7-point game. I'm sure Oscar just went nuclear in Game 7. After all the dramatics in Game 6, we don't even get a clutch finish. The Kings do hold on, nearly blew the series lead. Okay, Oscar Robertson, you know, something light, only 27 points, 22 rebounds. 9 assists. This is just, I don't, like, what do you even say at this point? Magic 21 and 11. LeBron's Magic, pun intended, finally wore off. Big O averaging 31, 12, and 13 in the West Finals. We got to figure this out. In the comment section, let me know why he's built so different. I mean, even Bob Cousy, a 97 overall, 18 points, 12 assists. That is much more realistic. Oscar shoots insane percentages. I don't know what the answer is. It must be something to do with the tendencies and also his perfect fit with this team. Maybe because the Kings just don't have other superstars. Looks like the Celtics are starting Nikola Vucevic now. I think this series could go either way, but I'm not going to bet against Sacramento now. They were, of course, my pick to win the title, to win the MVP. Oscar's doing it all. They take Game 1, they take Game 2, they take Game 3. Why are we even, like, let's just get this over with. Never mind the Celtics forcing, they force nothing. It's over. The Sacramento Kings win the championship. I know that's anticlimactic, but what are you gonna do, man? Oscar 30, 10, and 14 averages. I mean, he shot only 35% from 3. So there you go. That, you know, that's something. He's still 14 assists per game. One last look at the Sacramento Kings roster. I knew when I was putting this video together, as soon as I dropped Oscar in there, and it's funny because I mean, I haven't really highlighted it. There's 2 versions of Oscar, but this one for the Bucks, I mean, he did not put in that kind of work. Wait a minute, this version, an 81 shot 3-point. What are his tendencies? His tendencies shot 360. Wow, this one has way higher tendencies. What were his stats during the season? Let me find it. 16, 7, and now what? That's just so lame. Not lame. I just mean like he took 409 3-pointers. I mean, this one played less minutes, I'm sure. I don't know when I'm next going to use Oscar Robertson in a video, but I'm just trying to figure out. I think I need to nerf this man. He shot 3. Yeah, he shot less threes. I don't even know. I don't know. This Oscar Robertson built different. The Sacramento Kings finally win a championship in their franchise history. All it took was me returning them prime Oscar Robertson. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video down below. I had a lot of fun putting this together and recording it. I love NBA history, so maybe I should do more positions. Would you like to see that? Giving every team their greatest center, for example? Let me know down below.